Hello and welcome to a new episode of I'm trying to make something that I had in my head for a very long time and didn't do it because I have no reason. And now I'm doing it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Iris, the Art Witch. So I had this idea to create some kind of sculpture in the form of a mushroom and use this as my jewelry holder. So I have this. It's very big, actually. That's some big wood. Big chunk. Big chungus. Okay, so let's start making.
So before I start making something, I will take a photo of the base and then upload it to Procreate.
So I have the picture ready on Procreate and now we're gonna draw onto it and make a little sketch of how I want my things to look. So let's go.
So my initial idea was to make one big mushroom that acts as the main mushroom and then make some smaller ones around it.
Here you can see all the earrings that I intend to hang on the cap from the mushroom. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this, but it will be done. And then my plan is to make some other mushrooms so I can also hang some necklaces and maybe a few little mushrooms so I can hang some rings on there too. So that's good. And then I made some green stuff here because I want to add moss at the end of this. That's what I'm envisioning for this project. And now what I gotta do is like whip and woo! So let's see how that turns out. I got my polymer clay ready. Let's do the mushrooms.
So I'm not just gonna use polymer clay, but I'm gonna do a base with aluminum foil first. That step allows me to not waste any polymer clay. Also enjoy some footage of me questioning my life choices.
Huh? Huh?
Okay, it's turning out to be harder as I thought, but that's not gonna stop me. So I'm trying to make the base of the mushroom. So that should be here. That should be the stem. So it actually doesn't look that bad. Well, we're gonna look where we get with this.
So now we got the base ready and now it's time to cover the entire thing with polymer clay. Here you can see me warming up the clay so it's easier to mold, and then I continue to cover the entire thing with it.
So I have covered the top part of the mushroom and it looks like this. It looks so weird. It's actually going great so far. Well, it's doing great. Yeah, not bad. Hi, it's day 2 of my project. Well, I have to have some hooks so I can attach the earrings to it. My thought is to take these kinds of things and stab them into the cap of the mushroom so I can later bend them like a hook and then I can attach the earrings to it. So that means I take this and then I stab the cap. I have something like this and I go all the way around the cap and do the same. And then later when I bake it and when it's hard, I can like bend it into shape. You see? You see what I'm trying to do? Nah, yeah.
But before I do that, I will cover the entire thing. That means I will cover the cap and the entire stem of the mushroom. And now we almost have the first mushroom. There are still some details missing, but we are working on that right now. So the next step is to stab all the holes. After that I put it in the oven so the polymer clay can harden, so I can later insert the needle pins as you can see here. I am trimming them down and then I am shaping them into a hook. And I will repeat the entire process with all the needle pins. So now we got something looking like this, and as you can see the heads of the needle pins are still sticking out of the cap and we don't want that. So I am using the opportunity to mold some scales on top of them. so we can hide them, and we are also giving the mushroom a little more detail by adding the scales. And for that I will be using much more clay, and I will just take the fresh clay and mold it on top of the dried clay. And I repeat this process until I got the entire cap covered in scales, and then I put it back in the oven.
I've done some work on the stem. I made a little skirt, and I am so excited for the painting process. It's like the thing that I looked forward to the most. So let's paint.
I will be using red and brown paint from Amsterdam Acrylics, and I will cover the entire mushroom cap in red first. After the red paint dried, I will be adding some brown paint on the edges of the cap. So it creates a little gradient and it makes the mushroom look a little more realistic. And at the end, I will be covering the scales in white paint. For the gills and the stem of the mushroom, I will be using brownish tones. And ready is the first mushroom, and it looks so good. I am so happy with the result, but the other ones are still missing, so let's make them. So I basically repeat the entire process, except for the little mushroom. Instead of aluminum foil, I will be using wire, and then I will cover them with polymer clay like I did with the aluminum foil. And yeah, from there on, it's just a repetition of all the things I showed you before.
Hello! So last night I have painted all the mushrooms, as you can see. I am so in love with them. Now I'm ready to glue everything together, so let's look how it turns out. I'm waiting for everything to dry, and I'm gonna add some moss on top of it. I'm so excited. I can't believe how good this one turned out. It turned out amazing. Couldn't be happier with it, and it's and now I'm gonna cut in some footage of how it looks like with the jewelry on it. Have fun. Thank you so much for watching the entire process. I am really happy with the result and I hope you are too. So this is it with the video and I see you next time. Goodbye. I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world.